If you are a speaker or presenter speaking to a room full of people, then you need to watch this video. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm the style coach. This channel is all about personal style and personal branding. So if that is your thing, please make sure to join the community here. Hit the like button if you learned something from this video, and of course join the community by hitting subscribe as well. Today's video is dedicated to those of you who are maybe business owners, speakers, presenters, thought leaders in your field who find themselves on stage or speaking to a room full of people, and you might have a really strong message, but maybe you're lacking the visual impact to back it up. If you take to the stage, you have a split second to make an impression. In that split second, you don't get to share your message. So you're communicating through your style. That's why it's so important. You've got to get this right. And there are 8 mistakes that people make all the time before getting even onto the stage. So I want to address those here today. Before we get started, if you are interested in working with me, you can find out how to do so on my website, thestylecoach.ie, and you can find out more about my online courses down below. So without further ado, let's get started with that first mistake that speakers make. Number 1, they get onto the stage without having considered what the room is like, their environment. They're choosing their outfit without even knowing where they're going to be speaking. So you don't want to be going onto a stage wearing red if you've got a red background. You're just going to melt into the background, fade away, and you're going to be lost. You don't want to be lost. If you are the main person on that stage, if you are the person people should be listening to, you better be seen. So you need to stand out. Do your research if you can. Find out what the room is like. Find out what your backdrop is going to be like, and make sure that you stand out by choosing complementary colors, contrasting colors, and choose your outfit based on this. Whatever you do, don't fade into the background. Number 2, don't over accessorize. Keep it simple if you're on stage. You don't want to be distracting people with too many bracelets or dangling earrings or anything that is going to be taking away from the important message that you are going to be sharing. In this case, it's good to keep it simple. You don't want to under accessorize either and look like you forgot to accessorize, but you've got to find that right balance of getting it just right so that it complements your outfit, complements you, but doesn't distract from you and your message. Next up, I see this all too often, and it's when people wear maybe suits, blouses, shirts, going on stage, and the color makes them look a little bit green around the gills. They might be feeling fine, but it's the color that they're wearing that is going to make you look sick, make it look like you haven't slept the night before, make it look like you are unprepared. You want to be looking bright and lively and glowing and the best possible version of yourself on stage, right? Of course you do. That means choosing colors that work great with your skin tone, your skin undertone, with your hair, with your eyes. That is going to make you shine. That is going to make you stand out. How do you know what colors suit you? A simple color analysis is going to take the guesswork out of it. Build a wardrobe around this color palette and take the guesswork out. There is no need to be panicking about what you're going to wear when you have other things to worry about when you get on stage. Get this down and you'll be so confident in your choices, then you can focus on what it is you're saying to your audience. Another mistake that is commonly made is that speakers or presenters dress to impress their audience, and they completely lose themselves and their personality in doing so. If you're going into a corporate environment, yes, you've got to respect that culture of the business, but do not lose yourself in it. If you are somebody who has a bright personality and you like to bring in a joke or two into your presentation, but you're wearing a stiff suit, it doesn't express that and it doesn't add up. It doesn't complement your message. We want to find that balance of honoring your style personality and respecting the culture of wherever it is you're speaking. That's what I do with my clients. I find out where it is they're speaking, get a little bit of background knowledge into the environment that they're speaking, the market that they're speaking to, and I still bring in that personality because that is so important. That's what makes you unique. And we do not want to lose that. We want to keep you on that stage and not be replaced by somebody else, right? So we've got to honor your style, personality, and respect the company culture at the same time. Another style mistake that speakers often make when on stage or presenting to a room is that they wear things that are not very complimentary to their shape, to their height, to their overall body structure. And that can be very distracting to your audience. Again, they're going to be looking at, oh, I wonder why they picked that outfit, or that jacket doesn't look quite right. Something's, and what's happening? You've lost them. They're not listening to your message. So getting your outfit right, whether it's a suit or something a little bit more informal, whatever it is you're wearing should flatter you and not distract again from what you're saying. Make sure you understand your proportions and make sure that you choose your clothing based on these. Another common mistake that speakers make is they don't consider the journey they have to make between wherever they're sitting or entering the room and getting onto that stage or to the front of the room. They don't consider this. You've got to take into consideration, is it a carpeted floor or is it a tiled floor? Is it, are there steps up to the stage or are you going to be on a flat surface? Speakers don't consider this, and this could be detrimental. They're the first few steps you take in this auditorium or onto the stage. This sets you up. You do not want to be tripping yourself up before you even get onto the stage. So make sure this journey from wherever you're starting off in the room to how you get onto the stage or the front of the room is a smooth one, because that is going to influence how you choose your outfit, the shoes you wear, whether you're wearing maybe a long dress, for example. It is going to influence many different things. So do a little research. You will be glad you did. Another style mistake that speakers make, and this particularly applies to the speakers who are online, which many of you are these days. If you are online, you're simply going to be seeing your shoulders and your head. Don't go with patterns that are too busy, particularly small stripes. They're going to be distracting. They create a kind of dizzying effect called moire. It doesn't come across well on camera. If you are in person with your audience, also try to keep your patterns to a minimum. Again, patterns can be loud, they can be noisy, and they can often take away from the message that you're putting across. So there is a way to wear patterns. It's about knowing your colors and how much contrast you can take. That's everything I cover in a color analysis anyway, so you make sure that you choose the right patterns for yourself. But don't get it wrong. You will distract your audience from what you're saying, and that is not what you want. Finally, another mistake that speakers tend to make, presenters tend to make, is they don't consider their outfit and what they're wearing and whether they're going to be sitting down or standing up making a presentation. Clothes can look very different and they can feel very different when you stand up or when you sit down. So you've got to consider, well, am I going to be on a panel of people where we're all going to be sitting? In which case you're going to be wanting something that's going to be comfortable to sit down in. If you're wearing a button jacket, you may want to open that button jacket when you sit down. If you're wearing a skirt, you might want to ensure that it's not so short when you're sitting down, you cross your legs, that it reveals things that you don't want to reveal. And of course, if you're standing up, you want to make sure that your outfit flows on the stage. If you're using the stage to move around and make your points, you want to make sure that everything is complementing your message and not distracting. That is the goal here. Your outfits can easily take away from what you're wearing, and it's something that's often neglected, not given the importance that it needs. Get in touch if this is you. I've got a plan to create a personal style just for you, taking on board your personality, your unique coloring, your unique body shape, who you speak to as well, and how we can bring it all together to create a great personal brand through style. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next week. Take care.